Hey, what's going on, guys? It's SmartSynths here, and this is part 2 of the LMMS tutorial, and we're gonna pick off right where we left off. So now I want you to go back into Song Editor and click Open. We're gonna go into the triple oscillator. Let's click Open, and let's delete what we put in already. So once again, we're gonna right click, and we're gonna delete all of these notes. So now I'm gonna teach you how to play songs with your keyboard into how to play melodies with your keyboard into the piano roll. So okay, so all you gotta do is but with first of all, I'd like you to hold down the W button and keep it pushed down, the W button. Now press down on the E button and now the R button. So when you press the keys on the keyboard, you'll notice that it generates a sound. It actually generates a sound from the triple oscillator, and you can just play notes, like you can just use it as a full range like piano, like a piano roll. So now what I want you to do is now we're gonna record a few melodies. I want you to hit the red button up here, and we're gonna play straight from the keyboard. So you can just like pick any part of the keyboard to make your melody, and let's start. I'm just gonna make a short melody. Let's go. Okay, so this is what I came up with. Seriously, like this is so bad. Oh my god. But anyways, yeah, and that's it. Like you can just make the melodies just like that. It's this is like a good way to do it because it's easier to fish out melodies when you're playing the keyboard. Like you might get stuck in terms of like placing notes. You might get stuck and you might not know like what next to push to continue on with your song. So you can use the keyboard to fish out melodies and like get the vibe of the song. Also to lower down, you can also lower down the volume of your notes by just looking at these little green sticks here. You just put them down. So when you lower it down, it'll lower down the volume of a note. See? So when I press play, and it will just continue on like that. Or you can just do it like that. Just drag the mouse of it down. So now we have a bunch of lower down notes. So you can do that. And by the way, guys, I know most likely you're probably thinking like, "Dang, this shit sounds bad," but we're gonna I'll show you how to like the best synthesizers to use in this program to actually get some good work out of LMMS. For now, this is just a beginner tutorial, so like don't worry about like how bad it sounds and stuff. I know some of you probably wondering about that, but let's just keep it going. What else? That's something else I wanted to show you guys. Obviously you have the volume here. You can turn it up of the oscillators. To remove something, you just go there and remove the track or whatever. So what else we have here? This is where you will get your other synths. Also your different stuff, to make music. But now we're not gonna worry about that for now. Still just basics. These are presets of once again the synthesizers in LMS. For example, triple oscillator. They got a couple right here. But trust me, like a lot of them, they sound really bad. You do not want to be using most of these. Like if, for example, they got like 1,000 different songs here, probably only like 50 of them are usable. So just do not worry about the presets. That's another thing with LMS. They need to update their presets, man. Seriously. And also another thing I should just throw in right now, while I'm here, is like to increase the tempo. Like you see this up here. Like this is another thing you need to get accustomed to when you're making music. The tempo of song. Now this controls basically the pace of your song. So the higher it is, the faster your song will be. The lower it is, the slower the song will be. So for example, I'm gonna click play. Keep in mind of the like how fast you're hearing the snares in the song. Now I'm gonna lower it down to 95 BPM. Okay, and now let's go. So see how it just completely changed the pace of the song. Oh, and also obviously to change this, all you do is simply left click on it and you move up or down. You move your mouse up or down to change it, and that's very important. Like your tempo, I really recommend changing the tempos. For example, hip hop songs usually have low tempos, like old school hip hop, like 97 BPM. What else? If you're doing trap songs, like 130 BPM, 140. And if you're doing like house, like 130 BPM, and like stuff like that, you really have to mess with this a lot. So for now, this is all I already got for with the song editor. Although we have to do automation, so just hold on for now. Let's check back into the beat and bassline editor. We're gonna make a more I'm gonna show you another thing you can do also. Now one thing you should also get acquainted with too is to add, for example, a different beat. For example, let's say you have one pattern. For example, right now we do have one pattern. We have this, the pattern that we made. But let's say you want another pattern. All you gotta do is just click on the add beat and bassline. Press that, and it's gonna give you a new pattern to work with. So for example, if you want to go back to the old pattern, you just click on this and you press 0 and you go back, and you just keep it like that. So for example, this new pattern might be let's give it a clap, hi-hats, a kick. This is gonna sound so bad, like seriously though. Let's see. So like, and you can just, once again, you just put it next to its respective name to play the beat, and you just input it in one of these columns. You click on it and stretch it out again, and you have a different so let's go. So you see how that works out. And also another thing too, when I was a novice, or when I just got this program, another thing that was just spooked me out is when I close the interface, for example. Like, let's say for example you close these interfaces, right? To reopen them, all you gotta do is just, for example, press this to bring back the beat and bassline editor, and just press this to bring back the song editor. They're right here, so you can remove them from up here, and just this to bring them back in case you accidentally close the interfaces. Also, you might have some problems piano roll if you happen to for example, like let's say you close it and it would have like it's not coming up. You can just do this to just bring it back up too as well. Your mixer, same thing again. If you close your mixer, you can just use this to bring it back up as well. So let's see now. A useful now. I'm not sure if this is pretty much going to intermediate level, but another thing you should know in terms of like let's say you're getting really you want to make your beat like really complex, you can just press, look at this little square with the minus sign and the next square with the little plus sign. When you press add steps, it's gonna add more bars for you to work with. So you can make your beat sequence more complicated, and it also makes it longer. So obviously you're gonna be using this a lot. You're gonna be doing this a lot when you're actually accustomed to the program. When you get familiar with the program, you'll be using this a lot. You're gonna be using this a lot when you get used to the program. So like that's one thing, and to bring it back, to remove all of these steps, you just press this button and it removes them. You can also make it even longer than that, and longer than that, and longer than that, but that's like really crazy though. But anyways, so that's pretty much it for now. As far as this goes, pretty much it for now. The next video will probably be focusing on will most likely be focusing on automation and the mixer.